Hello and welcome to the Stevensland State of the Economy presentation, presented by Bruno Colombia, the economic advisor to the president of Stevensland, Ms. Stevens. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. Anyways, let's dive right in. This is the table of contents. We will cover the economic conditions summary, graphs and explanation, my policy recommendation, and wrap it up with the reflection and conclusion. Economic conditions summary. So as we can see right here, the GDP growth of Stevensland is at 5.4%, which is a strong economic growth. We have unemployment rate of 3.9%, which is near full employment. Inflation rate of 3%, which is most likely above expected inflation rate, suggesting a rise in demand. Interest rate of 0.8%, which is low, suggesting that we are in an inflationary gap. And in conclusion, Stevensland is in fact in an inflationary gap. This is due to the high GDP growth, low interest rates, and a rising inflation rate. Next up, we have the graphs. This is the ADAS graph. This shows the graph in an inflationary gap as the equilibrium is not at full employment, also due to the increased consumer spending in Stevensland. The current output Y1 is above potential YV, further indicating the inflationary gap. Stevensland's current state of economy has pushed the 80 to the right, and this is specifically due to the GDP growth rate of 5.4%. Next up, we have the Phillips curve. This shows Stevensland economy at the point on the short run Phillips curve with low unemployment of 3.9% and moderately high inflation of 3%. This graph shows the movement along the curve, showing a trade-off of lower unemployment rate correlating with higher inflation. Next up, we have the money market graph. This shows the low interest rates increasing the money supply and aggregate demand. So the Bank of Stevensland has low interest rate of policy of 0.8%, which has increased the liquidity, fueling consumption and growth. So as you can see right here, this is where the Stevensland economy would reside on this graph. So next we have my policy recommendation. I would say we need to increase interest rates because they're so low. So this would lower aggregate demand by making it more expensive for businesses and individuals to borrow money, thus reducing spending and investment. This would also help curb inflation without spiking unemployment. So as you can see on the graph, we will have to shift the 80 to the left to avoid inflation and return back to full employment. Trade-offs for this are that the higher interest rates will slow down the GDP growth and dampen business investment. Next up, we have the reflection and conclusion. So I'm going to answer these two questions. So the most challenging part of this analysis was balancing the strong economic growth of Stevensland with the risk of inflation. And one thing I have better understood now about macroeconomics is how everything works hand in hand, such as the trade-offs. And specifically, careful timing should be used when implementing policies to ensure stability and smooth transitions. Thank you for your time.